Hey guys, welcome back. This is one of those update videos that I wasn't planning on making. In fact, I was kind of thinking at this point that the whole Bud Light thing had kind of died down. I know the boycott is still going on, but to be honest, it kind of seemed like the level of interest, the excitement, it kind of seemed like everything had kind of worn itself down. And all of a sudden here, it just kind of kicked back off with some information that came out today. So just to kind of catch everybody up, Bud Light has been doing the things where they're like offering rebates, $15 rebates for the 4th of July weekend. They did this before with, but like a $20 rebate on a case of beer, basically made the beer free. They've done these things where they try to get like, they'll try to run some positive advertising, some, kind of like some country inspired Western, good old boy kind of stuff. And it just isn't having the effect intended, despite the fact that Bud Light has basically come out and said that they're going to be spending more money than they've ever spent to kind of recoup the damage that's been happening to their summer season, which is like the pinnacle of what they, that's the best season that they have for the year is summertime concerts and outdoor events and venues and hot weather and, all those wonderful things that you would think would benefit Bud Light. And so, we've seen all these reports where every week it gets worse and worse. The sales decline is down to about 30% drop in revenue. And it's getting worse. Every single week, it seems like it gets worse and worse and worse. So nothing seems to be letting up, despite the fact that there hasn't really been a whole lot of new news, really. Nothing new to report, just kind of the same thing. The boycott goes on. Their sales revenue keeps declining. But now it seems like with Pride reaching the fever pitch for the summer, Bud Light is getting destroyed again over things like their participation in Pride parades. And here we have these lovely individuals sponsored by Bud Light in Toronto. God help me, I don't know if YouTube can even allow this much to be seen, but this by the Post-Millennial exposing Bud Light's involvement with Pride parades still. And now you have a source today claiming that the top Anheuser-Busch marketing executives responsible for boycott are no longer employed. And this was a report that came out earlier today from the Daily Caller, basically saying that there was inside information claiming that Alyssa Heinerscheid and VP for marketing Daniel Blake, that the two of them were let go, not just on leave, as Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch would want you to believe. So this is from somebody who's supposedly a friend who's speaking, of course, in terms of anonymity here because they don't want to get anybody in trouble. Their quote was, "To my understanding, if we publicly announce the word fire, it opens up the potential for them to sue us. That's why we said leave of absence. The wholesalers would have an absolute heyday with leadership if they didn't remove her," the source inside the company also said. To be fair, Daniel Blake was actually awesome. I think he was just caught in the crossfire. But also he did hire her, so that's a fault, the source continued. Wholesalers were told they were both gone for good by leadership during in-person conversations. They already shifted all the direct reports to new people and the head of marketing, the source added in another text message obtained by the Daily Caller. Earlier in June, Bud Light parent company Anheuser-Busch opened an email the caller sent asking for specifics about Blake and Heinerscheid but did not reply. The caller specifically asked whether the two were still on leave, whether they were on paid leave or unpaid leave, and whether they'd be returning to work if they hadn't yet. The company was given multiple days to respond to the deadline. Let's see, Bud Light faced heavy criticism. Yeah, we know all this stuff. We know all this, the ins and outs, how she was brought in to revitalize the brand, how she wanted them to change their, fratty, out-of-touch image, to court younger drinkers, so on and so on. Well, now today, of course, when this news broke, it was kind of shocking, but it confirmed what I already suspected in a video I did a month ago, I feel like, where Alyssa Heinerscheid is gone. Well, now Anheuser-Busch is denying the claim that it fired its two top marketing executives responsible for Bud Light's disastrous Dylan Mulvaney campaign, and maintains that they are both on a leave of absence still. This is from dailymail.com here. Anheuser-Busch executives have seemingly denied reports the company fired two top marketing executives who were found responsible for Bud Light's disastrous Dylan Mulvaney campaign. The Daily Caller, the one that we just read, reported today on Tuesday that the beer giant officially fired Group Vice President of Marketing Daniel Blake. Blake and Heinerscheid were said to be taking a leave of absence amid the backlash. When approached by DailyMail.com earlier this month, a friend of Heinerscheid said she's not supposed to talk about it, she can't. So basically what we have now, same story again. What we have now is the official company response is that, oh no, they're still on the leave of absence. We don't know where you got this information from. But it just goes back, it just reinforces what the source inside already said. Of course, Anheuser-Busch is going to come out and deny it. They have to. They're afraid of legal repercussions. They're afraid that if anything happens where it looks like basically Anheuser-Busch is not just letting this person go, but basically throwing them under the bus, maybe they're afraid of getting sued over defamation of character. I don't know how this would work, because this is literally like a performance-based job. I would assume you were in charge of this, you made a bad decision, your marketing campaign destroyed the company, you got fired for it. I'm not sure what lawsuit they would be afraid of her being able to bring, but if that's really the case, it would make absolute sense that, of course, Anheuser-Busch is going to deny this. They're going to say the same thing that they said before. This isn't true. They're on a leave of absence. But again, this is just getting even worse for Anheuser-Busch. I love it. I love that this one boycott has maintained. We've seen the Call of Duty boycott kind of taper off, but it had some mild success. This right here, this is something that most of us have never seen. This is unheard of, the success that this boycott has had. So let me know what you guys think about all this down below. Do you think she's gone? I 100%, I believe she's been gone for a month. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.